course, you all know my first guests from such films as The Usual Suspects, Avalon, and A Few Good Men. Please welcome Kevin Pollak. My friend?
I am so good.
Yeah?
How are you? They did not appear to be actors, those two.
Shut up.
Not at all.
Sometimes we will do a sketch, something like that.
Right.
And I think the last time we did something like that, it was with a guy who was pretending to be a priest.
Right.
And someone on the street just started chewing me out. How could you do that to them? And I thought, it's so clear that it's a sketch.
Right.
But no, it's a big country.
Yeah. Filled with a lot of Nimrods.
No, those are our viewers you're talking about. We need them.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that I find highly ironic. You do, in my opinion, one of the finest impressions I've ever seen. An amazing William Shatner impression.
Well,
you
please.
have
Why would he bring that up?
But you know it's one of my favorite things that you do. And
you know, he's clearly not an actor.
Yeah. I was sent in here at the last minute. And recently I find out that after all these years of you doing this impression, William Shatner directed you in a project.
Yes, so I see where we're going. Yes, he did.
Did he try and hit you? First of all, what was the project, first of all?
It was an HBO series called Perversions of Science, kind of a Tales of the Crypt with perversion.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, you think of me. So yeah, my agent called and said, William Shatner is directing this piece and he wants you to be in it. And I thought, you know, he's finally going to get his revenge. You know, he's going to get me on the set and kill me, pretty much. Because, you know, I often have pointed out that he's the king of overacting for no apparent reason. But the thing that I enjoy is that he created pause acting, of course. That's where you pause for no reason. But, you know, so the idea was I had to work with him, and I had to do this because, you know, I've been impersonating him for so many years, and so he gets me on the set, and, you know, I didn't know whether he knew of the impression. Turns out he knows the impression, he loves it, and at one point during rehearsal, you know, he said, a little more, that's it, give me a little more, no, wait, you're doing me. And I don't know, that's wrong. You shouldn't do me. You've got to be yourself. And
it's that. I think if you had to isolate one thing, it's that thing. What is that thing?
Well, the great move, of course, was getting stunned by some alien's weapon. You know, that move. Which he then called up, and he's writing a book about his life, and he wanted me to come and sit with him and his fellow writer to explain to the writer how to do him. And that was the most surreal moment, was to explain how to do Shatner in front of Shatner. And, you know, the pendulum arm was very important. In order to stay erect, you must swing that arm. You know,
it's my favorite thing
doing that
in the world.
I'm doing that, and Mr. Shatner is saying, that's good. You know.
The ultimate egomaniacal, obsession.
It was just weird. He loves it. He was great, and his awareness of comedic nuances and subtleties just blew me away. It was really a great experience.
Now, I ran into you on a beach somewhere recently, and I noticed you're in good shape. You take good care of yourself.
How did you notice that, by the way?
You were wearing nothing. We hang out at nude beaches, and you were doing Shatner as a nude man, which I enjoyed.
Honey, lotion. I need lotion, man.
Are you taking good care of yourself? Are you a vitamin guy? What do you do? What's the secret?
I'm lazy. I don't like the workout. You know, there's too much pressure. If you're watching late night TV, you see all the commercials. You can't get away from them. All these pieces of equipment that show you how to exercise in the privacy of your own home. If nobody's watching me, I ain't doing squat. You know.
Right.
Close the drapes, I'm on my butt. It's a simple move. But the vitamins is the latest. My wife will lay them out in the morning. Can you start your day with a paw full of vitamins? I mean, they're just big, gross, ugly-looking things. I mean, the kids got it made with the Flintstone vitamins, you know, a couple of Barneys and a Fred. You're singing and dancing to school.
I think all drugs should be in Flintstone form. I really believe that.
Because they're big, glistening things, and, you know, give me like Michelle Pfeiffer vitamin C, then pop one in your mouth, roll it around.
You're
I have
happy.
you now, Michelle.
Are you a fast food guy? Do you do that?
Well, that's the thing. That's the way you lose the weight. You stay away from the fast food, which is impossible for me. Although I have a bone to pick with one of the fast food joints, Burger King, pissing me off.
Are they a sponsor, by the way?
Let's hope.
Oh, they don't do this bit. Yeah, go ahead.
They have a bagel sandwich. Now, I grew up in a Jewish home eating lots of bagel sandwiches. Of course, right now the audience is thinking, another Jew comic. What are the chances? All right, you know what? There's a few of us.
Yeah. You guys get around.
Yes, we do. So, but I was excited about the prospects of the bagel sandwich on the go. Sounded great, very excited. So I found out what's available in the bagel sandwich from Burger King. Ham, bacon, sausage. There's a genius working overtime, huh? Why don't you just offer me a Hindu burger with pictures of the missing cows on the bag? And then you'd think there'd be one Jew on the board of directors at Burger King that would say, fellas, trust me. Bagel, pig, knuckle. What the hell's next? Fan finish? I asked.
I know you're married.
Yes.
I know your wife, Lucy,
Yeah,
very well.
yeah,
We used to work together. No kids, though, at this point.
No, my wife and I have seen children. They look like fun.
You've heard tell of these children.
Yeah, they look great. We have 5 nieces and nephews who we're crazy about, and we.
Are you good with kids?
Yeah, well, at certain times. I went visit my family recently. My brother has 2 young ones, and he told me he hadn't explained yet the birds and the bees to his son, and he wanted help from me. And this is one of the reasons I don't have children, so that I don't have to go through that moment specifically. Because, you know, my father didn't do a bang-up job. You know, it's like, boys, you know, he sat us down. Let's go see what your mother's making for supper. You know, that was pretty much it. So I didn't, so my brother put me in this position, and it was awkward, and I hated him for it, so I decided, you know, this was a good opportunity for me to work on my Christopher Walken impression. To get back at my brother for putting me in this predicament. Unfortunately for my nephew, you know, he's just sitting there all earnest and looking forward to hearing this from Uncle Kevin. Like, Tommy, your father, unemployed syphilitic loser that he is, has asked me to explain to you the birds and the bees. Wow. First of all, why do they call it birds and the bees? I don't know. It's crazy. Whatever. Bees do it with birds do it with flowers, and bees, I don't know what the hell they do, but it ain't sex. Tommy, no. So the nephew is just horrified.
Horrified.
Yeah.
Shatner should have shown up in the end.
Right.
This is a surprise cameo.
You got a thing. She's got a thing. 2 things get together. It's magic.
He did that on T.J. Hooker, actually.
Oh, good.
Now, you're here. Most people, actors come here. They promote movies. You've done that many times here on the show. You're not here promoting a movie tonight. You're promoting something quite different.
Yeah. I have about, actually, 5 films that I did this year, and I'll be coming on next year to talk about them. Now I've created this item. I don't know if you have one here.
They're back here,
All
yeah.
right.
I don't even know what they are. No one's explained what's
All
happening.
right. It's called Schmutz. And what it is, it's anti-social decorative wear. And
that's the actual. Can I take the schmutz off?
yeah, you fasten it with a little tie tack there.
Okay. There's as you see, this pins on, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And do we know what the schmutz is supposed to be? What's the history of schmutz, and what's the idea behind it?
I was working on a movie, and after lunch, this production assistant came up to me and said, "It's time to go back to work. Lunch is over. I need you in hair and makeup." And he had this bright yellow, pristine, clean sweatshirt on. And right in the middle of it was some spilt chili that he apparently had at lunch.
Right.
And this guy was huge, and right in the middle was this just dollop of food. And I thought, you got some schmutz there, buddy. And then, you know, this epiphany went off, and I thought, for kids, you know, it'd be fun. And, you know, for all those wives that have to put up with their husbands who think they're funny, you know, those annoying guys.
Yes, the bane of the bane of everyone's existence.
Every woman's existence, certainly. So as a wacky tie tack for them. But the idea behind was to make it for kids and then give a good portion of the proceeds to Pediatric AIDS, which is a very important organization.
That's a nice cause. That's a good thing to do. Yeah. It's not often that someone, to raise money for like a disease, uses a wacky novelty prop.
Yes,
you know?
that's right. I decided to have fun
If you want to help people with brain cancer, buy this fake vomit.
That's right.
It's kind of a new
Spencer Gifts, the fine folks who bring you fake vomit, oddly enough. It's funny you should mention that. Make the schmutz, and I'm very happy with them. And to help pediatric AIDS. I'm very excited about it to be out for Christmas. And look for schmutz at your neighborhood store.
Schmutz, it's a good cause.
That's right.
You also look for a half a dozen independent movies with Kevin over the next few months. And really, thank you very much for coming by.
My pleasure.
Always great having you here. Sure. Terrific. Kevin Pollak, Alyssa Milano coming up in just a bit. We'll be right back. Stick around.